Hi, I'm Moonchildlexi and I'm here with you. Today is day 3 of transformational stories and parables and using tarot and cards to go on that soul path journey. I do apologize for the disappearance. It is the holiday season. And I will always put myself first. I hope you put yourself first too. But the last message of that which never dies, of day 2. Wow. It was a just real brief recap. A story of a woman asking Buddha to bring her past son back to life because without him, her life has no meaning. And go watch it. I won't spoil. Go watch it if you didn't. But we are in a world where life just keeps moving on. Go, 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 go. I found that the timing with just me and my personal life and the holidays and that message, I had to pull back and allow a pause, allow grief to occur. We think we just need to keep going and just keep going and just keep moving, but there is beauty in the feminine energy to rest, to allow for that to sink in and integrate. So now that we are at a position of knowing about that which never dies, the card I pulled for today, for the collective of where we are at now, is we are being asked to drop the past. And that's a number 51, reduces to a 6. You may be familiar with the story. This is an image depicting the Bible story specifically. I'll wait till I get to reading just so I don't butcher the names. But this is where he asks someone to come with him. To come with him. And besides, I took notes. I actually want to read some of just like my intuitive. So I also used automatic writing just to weave this in here. When you guys look at these images, or you're just in a reflection moment, what do you see here? And before you jump to the book, before you start seeking outward understanding, ask yourself what it means to you. So when I look at this, now that we are aware of that which never dies, let's go deeper. I needed a moment of silence for the gravity of transformative truth last shared in my own personal life this holiday season. Pause, and I wanted to point out red fish, blue fish. Red fish, blue fish. I keep looking at the fish. Like a butterfly that's completely disintegrates. A butterfly will completely disintegrate itself. We must also let it all go. It's an endless cycle. Endless cycles that keep us trapped anyway. Courageous and not looking back. Forgiving and learning and ascending to new heights. Let's ride the waves, ride the currents of life, finding contentment and bliss in the low and the high tide moments. So that was just some of my own personal, automatic, flowed out writing of how I felt when I looked at this. And if we keep on the continuation, that, hey, to move forward, I must let go everything I knew. I do not want to carry a thing with me. And before I read the book and the actual story, there's one last thing I want to share of what this feels like right now in the collective energy. Forgetfulness or a letting go. I'm going to jump in with my own personal story. When I had my first memory recall, memory of a suppressed memory or from another lifetime, I sat there like, wow, that is hard to process. It's making me sad. It's making me cry. I feel down. And Spirit shared with me, there's, if you subscribe to the belief of reincarnation and that part of us that when my body dies, I don't die, but I may reanimate in form, it is a blessing. It can be a blessing to have the veil of amnesia placed on you, because if you were born and at that moment you remembered every traumatic thing that ever occurred to you, you're carrying that baggage with you into this life of knowing. So like that was what I told myself was, oh my gosh, I remembered a traumatic memory from another lifetime. And I said, this life is hard enough. I do not need other lives to remember if it's gonna cause me to be stuck in this loop of trauma and grief. But I've let that go as well too. Because Spirit shared, we're not showing you these memories to hurt you. And if it's going to hurt you because you are living in the past, maybe that's why they say ignorance is bliss. That specific reason, this moment right here, ignorance is bliss. I let the past go, none of it bothers me anymore. All right, I shall share the transformative parable story now here. Dropping the past. Gather courage. The journey has already started. Even if you go back, you will not find the old shore again. Even if you go back, those old toys will not be of any help anymore. You are finished with them. You will know they are toys. Now the real has to be found, has to be inquired into. And this is not very far away either. It is within you. Let the dead bury the dead. A man who lives according to the past is bound to feel boredom, meaninglessness, and a kind of anguish. What am I doing here? Why am I continuing to live? What is there in tomorrow? Another repetition of today? And what was in today was a repetition of yesterday. We're habitual people. We keep doing the same thing over and 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 over. And what was in today was a repetition of yesterday. So what is the point? Why go dragging yourself from the cradle to the grave in the same routine? It is perfectly good for buffaloes and donkeys because they don't have a memory of the past. They don't have any idea of the future. They are not bored because for boredom, a certain consciousness is needed. This consciousness is aware that you have done it before. You are doing it again, and you'll be doing it tomorrow also because you don't move from the past. You don't let it die. You are keeping it alive. This is the dilemma that everybody faces in life, and the only solution is to let the past die. Let it go. There is a beautiful story in the life of Jesus. He comes to a lake. It is early morning. The sun has not yet risen, and one fisherman is going to throw his net into the lake. Jesus puts his hand on his shoulder and says, "How long are you going to do this thing? Every day, morning, afternoon, evening, just catching fish. Do you think this is all life is meant for?" The fisherman says, "I have never thought about it, but because you raised the question, I can see the point that life must be something more." Jesus says, "If you come with me, I will teach you how to catch men rather than catching fish." The man looked into Jesus' eyes, such depth, such sincerity, so much love that you cannot doubt. This man, such a great silence surrounding them that you cannot say no to this man. The fisherman threw his net in the water and followed Jesus. As they were leaving the town, a man came running and told the fisherman, "Your father, who was ill for many days, has died. Come home." The fisherman asked Jesus, "Just give me 3 days so that I can do the last rituals that a son is expected to do when his father dies. And this is a statement I want you to remember." Jesus said, "No. No." Let the dead bury the dead. You come with me. Every moment something is becoming dead. Don't be antique collectors. That which is dead, leave it. Go on with life. You flow with life. With your totality and intensity, you will never face any dilemma or any problem. Beautiful, right? One last thing I want to share here. 12. Last nugget. There are so many values in stories. So much so that sharing a story, we naturally, especially the Bible's real good for that. You start jumping into a Bible story, watch the characters and the people around your life fulfill these roles. So as a collective, we are telling each other the same stories. The same story of victim, hero, villain. Victim, villain, hero. Victim, villain, hero. It's a drama triangle. There are other stories we can tell ourselves, but we have to drop the stories in your life that you're tired of playing out. Write a new story. Choose a new character. You are able to do this, but you must drop your former role if you wish to take on another. Okay, that's all, folks. Until next time, thank you.